This morning, we're introducing you to a talented artist who says he won't let anything stop him from creating art. These are the works of Desmond Blair, some of which were featured in an exhibit at a North Texas gallery this summer. His work, though, is partly inspired by a unique circumstance some would regard as a disadvantage, but which he used as a strength. Although he was born with immense creativity, he was also born without hands. Omar Villafranca introduces us to Blair and his work.
Every stroke of Desmond Blair's brush,
I know where I'm blocking my lights, my shadows.
Brings a rich and beautiful subject to life on canvas.
Just kind of contours where those happen at.
The way he paints eyes and the vivid details of light in his portraits hint at the years he's been practicing his craft. But his dedication and how the 35-year-old handles a brush is a work of art in itself.
Part of it was because of the way I was born. So since I was born without hands, it's just like, people would tell me what I wouldn't be able to do, but it's like if I had a sheet of paper and like a pilot pen, like you're not gonna take that away from me. And if you do, I can just go get another one. And so the same thing once I started painting and doing other things, it's just like, you can say what you want, but I'm still gonna go buy canvas. I'm still gonna keep painting.
Blair was born without hands, caused by a genetic mutation. Growing up in Dallas, his mother and grandmother encouraged and pushed him to find his own way to do things.
Your journey is going to be different, and we have to figure this out. And so it was always that mindset of, I still expect excellence, but we got to figure out how to get there.
At school, he had to get creative to learn how to write with a pencil. But when the art bug bit Blair at an early age, he taught himself how to handle crayons with his wrists and explore his gift.
We tried a bunch of different things, like putting crayons in my mouth, holding crayons with my feet. So I figured out how to write.
That's the writing side. That's for you to be this, Desmond the student.
Yeah.
What was it about crayons that triggered Desmond the artist?
I watch cartoons, and so I wanted to learn how to draw the characters in the cartoons.
As a kid, his mom enrolled him in his summer art program in Dallas. There, he met one of his mentors, Emmanuel Gillespie.
I think everyone has that creative ability, but he had that passion. Anyone can do it, but it's the passion that drives it.
From crayons, Blair turned to acrylics, then to oil. In college, his talent grew, as did his skill. And more than 25 years later,
Was this the first one you drew?
In the series, yeah.
His first public exhibit at Dallas's Pencil on Paper Gallery, owned by his biggest supporter, Gillespie and his wife, Valerie.
I think when people would look at this, they focus on the art. And they see you and they're like, okay, here's the artist. But they're always drawn to the fact that you don't have hands.
Yeah.
How do you balance that and say, no, look at that, not me, that?
I look at it as an opportunity to educate people about limb differences.
His collection is titled In the Garden and features black women as Eve in the famous biblical story.
We have Desmond portraying us in this beautiful light. He captures our essence, our skin, our mannerisms, everything just stunningly. He sees us and he appreciates us, and he translates that onto canvas so all of us can see.
His next project will be difficult and personal. He plans to paint his muse and motivation, Joyce Blair, his mother. She passed away in 2020 after a battle with ALS.
I wanted to make sure I was in the right space and place to be able to do it. It would be like a full circle moment, because the things that she taught me growing up as she advanced with her disease, it was just like, okay, we've done this before. We've learned how to adapt.
Art is meant to inspire others, but sometimes the artist is a masterpiece. For CBS Mornings, Omar Villafranca, Dallas.
That was good.
Omar, a nice way to end it. Sometimes, Nate, the art
Is the masterpiece.
The artist is a masterpiece. I love the influence of his mother and his grandmother, who said, despite everything that's happened to him, they still expect excellence.
Yeah.
And he's still doing the detail in his work.
Detail. And when he was younger, putting him in that art camp.
Yeah.
Saying, regardless of what my son
look
is
at that
dealing
detail.
with, not having hands, we want to put him in something that he's passionate for. And look where he's at now.
Bravo, Desmond
That's
Blair.
awesome.